Hello, this is Mr. Molo for 2.5 and 2.6 video. This is adding and subtracting fractions. Some of them are going to have like denominators, some of them will not, some of them will be mixed numbers. Doing things today. So starting with subtracting numbers that with like denominators. So one way to think of it is, here's 6/4 minus 3/4. Well, here are my 6/4 right here. I have a 1/4, a 1/4, a 1/4, a 1/4, a 1/4. So I can just think of that as my 6/4. And if I take away 3/4, well then I'm really just left with 3/4. Kind of the same thing down here with this yellow pieces. I have 4/3. There's my 1/3, 2/3, 3/3, 4/3. Take away 2/3. Oops, I can't even take away 2/3 because that's all one piece. But I would still end up with 2/3. Going to add up some decimals or add up some fractions. So here's where I could add them up separately. So I could end up with a 5 plus 3, which then would give me 8, and a 3/4 plus 3/4 would give me a 6/4, which would be really the same as 9, and 2/4 then, which is really the same as 9.5. Here's a subtracting problem. So 8 minus 3.5. So if I were you, I would make this 7 and 2 over 2. So that's the same thing as 8 minus 3.5. Okay, and then I can just subtract. 7 minus 3 is 4. 2 over 2 minus 1 over 2 is 1 over 2. So it's just going to end up with 1.5. Alright. Adding up some fractions with unlike denominators. So I need to make a common denominator. Common between 3 and 5 is 15. So I need to multiply that by 5 and multiply that by 3. So 5 times 1 is 5. My denominator over here is 15. And 3 times 2 is 6. I should end up with 11 over 15. Can't simplify it, so it's just going to be 11 over 15. Over here I have 2 7s plus 3 8s, common between them. There might be a smaller number, but I'm just going to go with 56 because I know that works. There might be a smaller number, but I don't want to waste time thinking about it, so I'm just going to go with 56. That means I know this has to get multiplied by 8, and that side has to get multiplied by 7. So that becomes 16. That becomes 21. And then if I combine those, I get 37 over 56. And I don't think I can simplify 37 over 56. And I can't. Subtracting some numbers without like denominators. Again, there might be another one, but I'm just going to say that I'm going to multiply 7 over here and 12 over here. So I end up with 49 over 84 is the same as 36 over 84, which then gives me 39 over 84. I'm sorry, 13 over 84. And we can't simplify 13 over 84, so that's going to be our final answer. Over here, 7 and 15, whoops, not multiplied by 105, multiply by 15, which gives me 105. So multiply by 15, which gives me 105. So that's going to give me 45 over 105 minus, multiplying this side by 7, which gives me 14 over 105, which after I subtract them gives me 31 over 105, and I do not think that could be simplified. And it cannot. So you just got to make sure that you're finding your common denominators first. You could write them out to see what the common denominator is, or you really could just end up multiplying the denominators. No matter which way you do it, if you can think of it right away, sure, find the common denominator. But if you can't, there's no big deal about simplifying at the end. Whichever you find is the quickest way to do it.